back into place. Yo, it's Tuesday. I said it's Turn Up Tuesday, but it's not really Turn Up Tuesday. It's more like Tune In Tuesday because we have some fire for y'all tonight. It's late on the East Coast. It's midday on the West Coast, but it's all good, man. Look, I'm gonna do this real quick. Shout out real quick. So if you're in the area, man, they have a Augusta Dream Center is doing a Run for Hope. It's the third annual Run for Hope at the Augusta Dream Center, man. They're doing it to bring hope to the community. If you guys get a chance to, man, go to their website, AugustaDreamCenter.com, and check that out. AugustaDreamCenter.org, O-R-G, and that's all one word, AugustaDreamCenter.org. Man, check it out, man. Go check it out. Sign up to run. If you don't want to run, you can walk. If you don't want to walk, you can volunteer. Just go out there and give back to the community. More paying of the bills. Shout out to the Jewel Junkie where they add style to your smile, $5 at a time. Yep. And the best part tonight, shout out to my guest, man, my brother, Hector Ortiz. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, brother?
How are you, man?
A long time.
I know
a long time.
It feels like it's been longer than what it was, but it's still been a long time, right?
Yep.
What since
COVID,
2020
and everything just snuck up on us, and that was 2 years basically just hibernating.
Just crazy, bro. We went to two separate areas of the world.
Yes.
So look, tell me, are you still getting on the mat, or that those days are past?
Nah, they were past for the last 2 years. I got here and I was excited because our brother Randy was over here.
Yeah.
And that was I got here January 2020, so I was able to roll a few times, and then COVID hit. So then he was like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he moved, didn't he?
He's about to this week.
Oh, wow. I thought he already had moved. He going back to San Antonio, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Shout out to old Randy, man. Malacas.
That's my cousin.
Yeah,
We're
man.
from islands, different islands, but we're still cousins.
Mac Daddy. That's the Mac Daddy. That's the black belt. Was it Malacas Jiu-Jitsu? Shout out to him, man. He doing his thing. And he DJs too. I don't remember what his DJ business is, but shout out to old Mac Daddy. All right, brother. So we're gonna jump into this.
And he played instruments. Go ahead.
Yeah, he played the ukulele, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else does he play?
I see him. He's always performing in different spots and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, pretty.
That's
active.
what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
I tried to get him on the show. He was like, hit me back. I said, man, I'm gonna drag you on this show. I might not be able to put you to sleep, but I'm gonna try. Come on now. Hey, Jewel Junkie said, what's poppin', Papa Gift and guest? She says, hello to the missus. Jewel Junkie, that's the boss, that's the wifey, man. All right. So, bro, who are you? Where you from? And what do you do?
Well, like when you introduced me, Hector Ortiz, originally from Puerto Rico, and right now active duty Army, been running strong for the past 22 years. Enjoying the good, the bad, the backs and all that stuff, but still out here running around with the 18-year-olds. So
22 years?
22 years.
Woo! How many more you got left, man?
I don't know. I think I got one more PCS and I'm done.
What's your wish list for the last PCS?
I'm gonna be honest, if they offer me somewhere like Germany again, I'll take it. But I really want to go, if I can, go back to the East Coast, down south somewhere. When I get out of the military, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I like JBLM Washington, but it's kind of too far.
Yeah. It's West Coast, but it's not the kind of West Coast that you would be looking for as an island boy, right? I think we might be having some technicals, but you still with me? Check, check.
I think I lost you.
Yeah, yeah. I hear you now. You got me? Let me see. Let me see if I go off camera, if that'll help with the sound, with the connection. How are you now? Go out and come back in. Y'all know how it is. Look, when we be in here doing our thing, the connection just be acting up. Let me switch her over. Switch it on over to until my brother come back. So, are you in? Are you in? Are you in? Let me see. So what's going on? Who's out there? Who's my guest? Is it just you out there, Jewel Junkie? Let's see. Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming out, hanging with me. Let me see. Go out and come back in. I might have to switch over. Sometimes the platform just be acting up. And if that's the case, then we adjust fire and keep on moving. Yeah, that's right. That's how we gotta do, man. You know, the technical analysis says you just keep on trying until you get it right. So, Jewel Junkie, can you see the other people that are actually in? Can you see how many people are in the show? Let's see. I see you.
You see me? I see you. I hear you.
Okay, good copy.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So I didn't see where did you say you wanted to go? You said
anywhere East Coast, down south. You know, I'll be happy. You know, I'll be happy.
Somewhere warm, right?
Oh yeah, and then close. You know, where I can take a flight. You know, no detour, straight to Puerto Rico when I have to go visit, and come back.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's
this flight from Washington feel like I'm like flying from overseas.
You are overseas in Washington. Hey, bro, I was there. I know the pain. So tell me, man. So you an island boy. You grew up in Puerto Rico, right? What are your ties to the military? What was it that caused you to make that decision that I'm gonna join the army?
So I graduated high school pretty early. I mean, I don't think it's because I was like super smart. I kind of went, back when I was in high school, they had a program for like, I guess the people that stay behind and they have extra credits. But one summer I was bored and I just went. And I took some classes, and then by the next semester, I went from like 10th to the 12th grade. So I graduated pretty early.
Wow.
So I graduated high school, and then basically, banging around, not knowing what, kind of too young for different things, and things were getting tough back home, like jobs and things of that nature. I mean, I remember I worked at Walmart and I got that job. It felt like I was USA Jobs kind of trying to get on it. That was how rough it was.
Really?
To get yes, back then, and it's probably still that way. So my brother was in the military. I don't know if you ever met my brother Angel.
I know Angel. That's my boy.
Yeah, so he was Pat. So he was already in the military, and he was like, "Hey, join the army." So as soon as like I turned 18 in August, and as soon as I turned 18, I was in the office, sign up for whatever you got for me, I don't care, and shipped out in September in '99, and that was it. That was history.
That's awesome, bro. Look, I know that Angel's your brother, but it's crazy that when I met you and I met him, I didn't know at the time. And
Yep.
he was my SGO when I came through for
Or SLC.
SLC. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
He's
Yeah.
one of the first people to talk to me about, like, seriously talking to me about the Audie Murphy Club, and I was like, I don't know, bro. He was like, you got to do it.
Yeah. He was so huge into that, like really busy on that. Everywhere he went, he was always a part of really active in himself. Yeah,
Yeah,
really active.
yeah, good stuff, man. I love that dude, man. And shout out to Angel, man. He's a great leader, and I should have had both of y'all on the show at the same time. Shoot, if I would have thought about it.
Hey, that could be our next episode. You know.
Hey, yeah, for real,
Right?
absolutely. We have you on, and then we have him on, and then we'll bring you in through the back door. He'd be like, "What's up? Make coffee, fool. We about to get
Yeah. Yeah.
it." All right, look. So 22 years of service, man. What's the good, the bad, the ugly, man? What's the pros and the cons?
So the pros, for me, I didn't know it when I joined. When I joined, I just want to leave Puerto Rico and basically have a job. But when I came in, and you get that sense of serving the country, serving your country. That was like, that became something really important for me.
Yeah.
That was one thing, and the other thing, going from nothing to learning, a professional trade. And the traveling is great, so did you get the traveling, it's good. It comes with everything else, that you get for serving your country, and also learning a trade,
Yeah.
so came from high school, didn't know how to, I could cut the grass in my dad's house and things, but I came in the military. They taught me, a trade, and it's not just a trade, because nowadays, like, everything that we learn in the military is like it's like a professional military right now. Everything that you do, everything, is really, it kind of mesh well too for a lot of these MOSs. When you go out, it kind of translates well. So
So what
yeah,
what was your
really,
trade? What's your technicals? MOS.
what's that?
What are your technicals? What's
So
your
I'm
specialty?
medical logistics. Yeah, medical logistics. But when you become an NCO, and even from before that, you also have those leadership skills, management
Right.
skills, things of that nature that go into it. All the different courses from, your NCOPD course and everything, basically molding you to being a leader. So some of these courses, when you go through them, and you go, I finished my master's, and some of these things that I saw in my master's degree, I already went through, like in
Exactly.
WLC,
I
PLDC, and base PLDC, ALC and SLC. Some of that stuff was already in there. So some people don't see it until they actually start taking civilian courses, and then it's like, oh, I already know that.
right.
We already been, ingrained that as we're going along. So it's not just your MOS. That's what I say, like a professional trade,
Yeah.
because you don't just learn how to make the sausage, right? You're learning how to manage and, strategize and things of that nature. So
That's
it's
right.
great.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I really did love. I do love about the military is that you can really go from the ground level all the way as high up as you want, really, if you apply yourself
Yep.
and you listen to the people that came in before you, or find somebody that I want to do your job and have them mentor you.
Yep.
You can do it, man. You
Yep.
can go from one all the way up to E1 to O whatever.
Yep. Yep. Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
Yeah, man.
You know. When I was younger, I thought about it, but back then, when I came in, my English was horrible. So I was a bit, by the time I figure out that I should just do it, I was kind of too old to become, go to the dark side, go officer and things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But I'm really happy with where I am in NCO Corps with their backbone. So, we out here rocking and rolling,
That's right.
training.
That's
Yep.
right.
So,
Calling some
I'm
cadence. Yeah.
yep.
Hey, and balling up them young soldiers that think they a little too scrappy, huh?
Yeah, they will know. They will know. Hey,
Hey, you just gotta let them come
gotta
on
show.
out. Be like, all right, yeah, get on in here. Come on, to get some of this
Yeah,
these free
they
naps that
want
we
to do
handing
call
out.
out. They want to do call outs and combatives. Okay.
First sergeant, I think I can get you,
Yeah.
man. You a little old
Hey,
dude. I think I can get you.
hey, I play possum a lot. You know, I go in there. Oh, my back hurt. You know, let them
Yeah.
get tired.
Hey, it's their that's their fault for underestimating the old dude that's been doing this for a
Yep.
while.
Yeah, the old man strength. People don't
Come
understand that. You
on.
know, the old man strength. Yep.
Come on, bro. But we can't be telling them too much. They might be listening. So tell me this: what are
Yep.
some
They'll figure it
unique?
out. Yeah.
Hey, they will figure it out. What are some of the unique challenges that you faced in your transition of going from, that junior soldier, and then transitioning into leadership and then senior leadership?
Yeah. So, one thing that I figured out, and it's tough because you have to learn quickly. Is that the higher you go in rank, the smaller your circle is.
Right.
It becomes that way. And you have also like a good family nucleus that can support you, support and everything like that, because it really is, at one point you're at E4 and below, and you have all this, like, you're a squad and you're out there, whatever, joking and what are you doing, all this stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, you're a sergeant now, and now you're in charge of these people, and it becomes, it's a little rough at the beginning, because it's not like in the civilian world that you can still, in many
Right.
places, do all these different things. It's like a there's no, it's just like one day you were lower enlisted, now you're a sergeant. So all
Right.
these people that were your little buddy, and the even, so is, so that's one of the things. And then when you transition to the senior levels also, then it gets even smaller, and then you know now you have to, as a senior, you're the expert, in your field, like in
Mm-hmm.
majority of places like MOSs like mine. When we go somewhere as a sergeant first class, mass sergeant, you are probably the only one,
Yeah.
in that staff or whatever, as senior, mentoring, young lieutenants, captains, and everybody else that's in there. So it's tough, you know if you don't take it seriously. Like some people, you see it, I know you've seen it,
Right.
uh and they have a rough time, coping with the changes. Like I would say, like for me, it wasn't hard. I had a good family, support and everything. So instead of me just like when I was younger and going to hang out and this and that, I'm in my house, I'm barbecuing now, I'm, this and
Yeah.
that, spending time with the family, the kids, um, and things of that nature. And then especially when we get, my battle buddies like you, then then I got somebody that we have to, hang out, talk,
Yeah. And that's so important, man.
and mentor each other.
Yeah, so important, so important. I'm so happy that I got there during that time frame that I did, because I had you, Matt, Joe, and the other ones, and Cheggy, and we had a
Yeah.
good group.
We had a good group.
Yeah, absolutely,
group.
bro.
I look at right now. I'm in 67 man. I'm in 56 MMB. And this unit is like triple the size of what we had over there.
Okay.
But over there we were so small that everybody was even more, together. I feel like we were close knit group.
Right.
We did so many things together. Over here it's so big that it's not impossible. We still, we still do things, but like the group that we had over there, and then of course you overseas, things that it was pretty special to me, with
Yeah. Yeah. Same for me, brother.
Johnson, yourself, like everybody else that was present. Yep, yep.
Yep. So tell me this, bro. I know for a fact when you're doing the combat sports that we do, we get injured.
Yep.
And I remember when we first met, we were both on the trail at San Antonio.
Yeah.
Now, were you a platoon sergeant or were you an instructor?
So I kind of did both.
Okay.
So I went there to be an instructor, but with all the TDA change, how they were going from regular to Metsi and all this stuff, like
Right.
they didn't have a spot for me yet. So then I went and I never went to the platoon sergeant course, but I was a platoon sergeant
Really?
for some of the grad students. So
Okay.
I was a platoon sergeant for like the iPad, it was more like I feel like an ops person, kind of like in processing them and things of that nature. But that was the title, was kind of platoon sergeant. I never really saw these people and process them. They went to their school for like a year, and that was that. And
Wow.
then so I did that. I did that for I think about 7 or 8 months when it finally something opened up in the schoolhouse, and then I went to teach
Okay.
for the 68 unit.
Oh,
Yep.
that's awesome. So look,
Mhm.
you ended up getting injured, right? You had an injury.
Yes, I had an injury.
So,
I tore my ACL.
woo,
Didn't even know it. Yeah, so I thought I just sprained it. And I was basically still running on it. And I actually went to the All Army tournament, combatives
the
tournament
All
with a
Army,
torn
yeah.
ACL.
I
I
think
didn't even know. I didn't even
you,
know.
what year did you fight in it? You fought in it the year after I did, right? Or the year before?
I think it was 2012.
So it was the
2012.
year after. I did 11.
Right. 2012. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So tell me this, bro. How how did the injury affect you mentally, and what did you do to address it, fix it, and turn things around so that you could stay, you could still push forward? Like some people get those type of injuries and they hit that wall, you know.
Yeah.
And so like, what were some of the things that you did to kind of combat that and utilize it to project yourself into where you are now?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not gonna lie. So the when it first happened, when it I knew something was wrong, right? I thought I sprained it, but I also was so I didn't know. I thought the legs was the strongest thing in the body, and I was like, oh, it's okay. But through time and the leg, my leg started to bow to the side
Yeah.
and weird stuff. Was doing physical therapy. It wasn't getting better. It was just weak. Then finally did an MRI. And that's when they broke it to me. Hey, you have torn ACL, complete. And
Oh,
now you got all this scar tissue. Now we gotta go in there, take a piece of your hamstring to make your.
oh man.
So when all of that, I've never had a surgery in my life. Well, the only surgery I had was like eye surgery, but I don't even count that.
Yeah.
I've never had a knife, surgery on my body. So I was pretty scared for one. Heard things like you could get all kind of, blood clots and things
Right.
like that. So
Yeah.
I was worried. But I was at the right place. I was in Fort Sam, which is like where all the super experts are at.
That's
and,
it.
They assured me. So they did the surgery. And for the first like 6 months, that's the hard part. Where because you can't, I know like the first month I didn't even feel my toes or anything.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy. So I'm dragging my leg and I'm thinking I'm like, so I'm so afraid that I'm gonna, they say, oh, it's weak, stay off of it or whatever. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm gonna like re-injure it or something. So that was the tougher part. And then mentally it's like, man, I'm going from like doing all this high speed stuff, going out there, and the PT and combatives and all this stuff, to
Right.
like all of a sudden now I'm stagnant and getting fat. So it was
That's the hard part,
it,
right?
that's the hard part, because I mean you're like in no man's land, till you finally, I started I started watching different, Michael Jordan when he had his surgery and some of the things, and he just came back and won a few more championships.
Right.
So I was like, it's not impossible. I mean, we're athletes in the military, so I can do the same thing.
That's right.
So I can get back. And of course, I'm not. It's not the same because along with the injury, I got old, right? So,
Right.
but I think I was able to get back and break that, and and still um, do a lot of the things. Go back to competing and X, Y, or Z. So yeah, it's tough. It was tough at the beginning, but just watching other people that went through it or went through worse things. I have a friend that I went to high school with, and he was in the Marines, and he uh, he got ID, and he lost arm and both legs, and
Wow.
right. So, but when you watch him now, it, he's he's just like trucking every day, working and things like that. Like, he's not gonna stop me, So I'm like, look, like I still got my legs. I just injured it a little bit,
Right.
doing something fun. Not even. I know a lot of other people that's been in worse situations and they still pushing. Why can I push?
Right.
So I look at that and use that as motivation to basically just get off my butt, and
Yeah.
go do it.
That's
Go do
good.
it.
That's good, bro. And when you have the soldiers that they have those injuries, you're able to speak to that fact, right?
Yes, we're able to speak to that fact. Because I've been through it. So I completely understand. I can sympathize with what they're going through.
Right.
I can also tell you, I'm not gonna tell them, hey, this is what you got to do. I tell them, hey, this is what worked for me.
Right.
This is what I did to get better. You can work different things, but I did this. It worked for me. And to this day, still, working through all the nicks and bruises and everything that we got, don't heal like when we were 20, and so yeah. So
You can get
if
up and without stretching.
I'm 41, I'm about to be 41, and I'm here doing these things, and you're 20. Come on, let's go.
Look, you've been jumping out of planes. You've been
Yeah.
rucking and running and pulling and pushing. Look,
Yep. Yeah.
follow
I might
me.
I might be jumping again. Who knows, man?
Really?
We'll
You
see.
thinking about it?
Hey, I'm working on something.
Okay. All
I
right.
need
Hey.
one more. I need one more duty, one Joe Master duty to get my stars. So
Okay.
maybe that's.
You trying to get
I
them
don't, I don't know.
stars?
I don't know if I got enough to get the wreath, but before I retire, if I get that star, I feel,
All right.
I feel good.
Well, I'll be rooting for you, brother. I pray that you get it. Okay. So, if you could change 3 things in the world, what would they be?
Oh, if I can change 3 things in the world, I saw that question, and I'm like, you know what? So, the first one is racism. If I can change that, and kind of make everybody colorblind, that would be the greatest thing, in my opinion. That will solve a lot of issues, problems with some misconceptions and everything that's going on,
Yeah.
in the U.S. world today. The other thing, war. If we didn't have to fight wars, now I can just be out here working medical supply for the hospital. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
A world without big conflicts like that, where people are just dying for whatever reasons. And the last one, social media. If I could get rid of social media, oh my God. And I love social media, but I say it because I don't know. Some people now use social media for. When I first came in, and social media came out. It was like, oh my God, I see my friend from high school that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I'm old, so back then we didn't even have that. So
Right.
when I came in the army, probably hadn't seen people for over like 10 years.
Yeah.
So social media came, it was great. So it was a tool. The way I saw it was a tool for that, to kind of reconnect with people.
Exactly.
But all of a sudden right now, it just becomes, advertising that just pops up in your stuff, and then whatever else that
Political people
nonsense
pushing their
that
agendas.
is just yeah. So many friendships lost, but I see it. Not with me because I don't even. But it's just like people bickering over something that's just dumb. So if
Yeah.
I could change, maybe not social media, but like people's view on how to use it and just use it to reconnect instead, then that would be
Right.
amazing. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's what it was. That's what it was meant for, bro.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
For what we're doing right now. We are here
Exactly.
talking. We haven't seen each other for like a while, and this is great.
Yes,
So
sir.
that is great. Yep.
Absolutely. Look, if you could talk to anyone in history, we got the permission to jump inside the daggone time machine, bro. You
Yeah.
could talk to anybody in history. Who would you pick to hold a conversation with and why?
Man, it was rough because like when I seen this question, I was like, man, how can I? Sometimes a lot of times I'm just focused on work and days just go by. You don't really think about it. I'm like, man, um, like I would want to pick the brain of Abraham Lincoln. You know, he in those times he went against the grain for whatever was going on, and I would like to have a conversation, and pick his brain and um, you know, how he had the how you say not the confidence, but how he was just strong, not care about what was the norm, go with doing some of the things that were right calls, I believe. So
Yeah,
yeah, that would have been a cool person to me to chat with.
that's
Um,
cool.
yeah.
I learned that he was one of the first people in history to have a burner account. Look, bro, if you didn't see it, you gotta watch the coffee, crepes, leadership, and pancakes from this past Saturday. Look, he dropped some
Yeah.
knowledge on us, man. I was like, Lincoln? So this dude was writing from a burner account, like lighting this dude up in the local paper, man. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
Abe Lincoln. He giving them the
Oh,
business. But he almost
yeah.
got killed for that joker though.
He had a bot.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. I was like, yo, you
Yeah.
learn something new every day. That's awesome.
Yeah. Hey, that's psyops. They're doing that psyop stuff.
He said they call him Honest Abe. He just had to change his name so that nobody knew it was him who was being honest. All right.
Yep.
Look, so
That is hilarious.
if you could change one thing in your past, what would it be and why?
Um, I think how I mentioned that I graduated earlier. Just I think I would have just not done that and just still be a teenager,
Right.
and not grow up that fast. Do my 11th grade, do my 12th grade. I feel like I would have gained some more maturity and things of that nature instead of just trying to go fast.
Yeah.
It's just me being, I like when you're a kid, you just want to leave. I just want to be on my own. And
Right.
then you get out and you're still young, so you can't do nothing.
They'd be like, go sit at that
So
kitty table till you grow up.
yeah.
So look, bro, you done been all over the world. You done traveled to many
Yep.
places. Whether that was forced travel or leisure travel. Man,
Yep.
tell us about one of your most memorable experiences.
One of my most memorable experience were basically the birth of my three children, right? That's my most memorable. But jumping out of a plane for the first time, I feel like sometimes I had the same feelings, like I don't know what's gonna happen, especially on my first,
Yeah.
oh my God, scared, heart jumping, and then when it happens, it's like the greatest thing that could ever happen. So yeah, that was I compare those, and I was just thinking about it when I read that question. I was like, man, my kids coming, that is always how nature, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
scary, but it's a beautiful thing when you think about like, man, that how that the nature works.
Right.
And then jumping out of a plane,
So
That's an experience,
so
especially the first time.
tell me what caused you? What was it? Did you come in saying, "Oh, I want to do that," or was it something that happened that caused you to be like, "Man, I want to jump out of a plane"?
I I didn't know. Look, when I went to the recruiter, the school that leaves the quickest. I don't want to be in training a long time. I just want to, go in, finish, and start working. And then they're like, well, where would you like to go? I want to go to a big base. It's like, okay, we got Fort Bragg for you. That's a big base. I was like, okay, great. What do I know? All I visited in the States at that point was Florida,
Yeah.
before, so I didn't know, no crowd sounds fake, and they're like, hey, they show me the little video, you can do this. Oh man, that looks great, sure, I'll do that. I didn't know, until I got to Fort Bragg, and they're like, hey, you come here, and now you're going to airborne school.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Look,
that was I just didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know. If you offer me anything, I would have taken it.
look. So I was the opposite. My dad told me don't do it, and a lot of people said don't do it because they was knees jacked up and all this other crazy stuff. And so I get to my first duty station at the replacement. You know how you get there before they send you to your unit. And they was walking down. Look, they walking down the hallway. Be like, hey, we got so many slots for this airborne. We getting ready to get them on the bus. Anybody want to go airborne? You want to go airborne? And I'm like,
Hmm.
And all I could do is I could hear my dad. And so my dad was military intelligence. And I'm like, I'm like, if I say yes, my dad probably pop up out of nowhere because I really don't know what military intelligence is. I just thinking like, Mission Impossible type, James Bond. I'm like,
Yeah.
is this dude gonna pop out of nowhere if I say I want to do this? All right, no, I'm not gonna raise my hand. That was my opportunity. The second time I got an opportunity to go, the Army selected me for, it was supposed to be drill sergeant school, but then they got transitioned to AIT platoon sergeant. So
Yes.
it trumped my airborne slot. I had to give my airborne slot to a specialist in my unit, man. I was like, oh, I just went and got my
Man.
whole physical done.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so I never got the jump, bro. The only reason I was gonna do it the second time was because I was in Bragg. I was in a unit that was airborne, and everybody kept asking me, "Oh, you airborne?" And I'm like, "No." And they would look at my stuff, and then they would look at they kept looking. They're like, "Stolen valor." I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, my unit is airborne." So I said, you know what? I need to go and jump out this plane, get my wings. So next time they ask me, I could be like, "Yeah, I'm airborne, man.
Yeah.
It's whatever." But
Uh,
it didn't work out my way, and maybe one of these days I jump out a civilian plane. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, brother. So tell us, give us a life lesson and a leadership lesson.
So, one life lesson that could work, I think outside the military and military, is don't ever let one person, a place, or a group make you make rash, lifelong decisions that you may regret in the future.
Yeah.
And I say that, like, I see it a lot of times in the military. You got different, leadership styles that people clash and things like that, and somebody's upset. And they're like, I'm getting out of the army. I'm throwing my retirement papers,
Right.
or I'm doing this and that. Then they do it, and they regret it,
Yeah.
right? Because this grass is not greener on the other side, and one person, right, especially how it's not going to decide my future when it comes down to it, just because I don't like their leadership style,
Yeah.
or I'm having a hard time, kind of like getting used to that, but one thing about being flexible and being adaptable in the military is to learn how to work with any leadership style,
Yeah.
any person, and that's just part of being a professional. So I think one thing that I feel like I'm a good chameleon. I still keep the way I am. You see me, that's how I always am. But I try not to let things just bother me to the point that I'm just not happy, or
Yeah.
that I'm, having a. First of all, we got a mission, a job to do, and if I keep focusing on just this one person or group, then everybody's gonna PCS. And guess what? Well, I'm gonna PCS, and then that's it. It's
Yeah.
done.
It changes,
Yep.
bro. All you gotta do is just learn what you can learn, because you can learn in difficult situations, and then it's
Yep.
gonna change up in a year or two, sometimes even less than that, if if the timing is good. So yeah,
Yep.
I like that, bro. That's good. And then a lot of times you leave a place that you hated because of whatever that one thing was, and then you look back and be like, man, I really liked it there.
Yep.
It was just that one thing,
Yes.
right? It was just
Yep.
that one thing, but because you were
Mhm.
in the middle of that storm, you didn't enjoy it like you should have, and then you look back and be like, dang, man, that place was actually pretty awesome.
Yes.
So that's good,
Yes.
bro. All right, give us some
Exactly.
advice. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Mhm.
Give us advice for some young leaders questioning their next step forward, bro. So you came in as what, E1?
E1. Yep.
And
E1.
you all the way up. You sat in the E9 spot. You probably even activated as, but you're a first sergeant in the United States Army. You've led troops all over the world. Give us some advice for these young leaders that's taking up their mantle as.
Oh, yeah. So what I always, always keep learning, right? So don't never stop learning. Don't ever get to the point where you think, because either you're doing this for a long time, or if you're doing it this way, that's the only way. Always keep learning, keep trying to better yourself. Find leaders at all levels, to emulate, right? And to take good things from all of them and incorporate into your own leadership style.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can look and I can grab all the leaders out there, good or bad, all of them have some type of good things out of them, and I just grab them, and then I try to make my little Lego parts, on how I like that. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like how she did that. I like, and I try to grab that, emulate, and make my own leadership style, into and make it work. I try it. I used to, of course, when I was coming up, when you're young and stuff like that, you always focus on the bad, but then the older, when you start getting this, a little older, and understanding different things and being in different positions, then you'll be like, oh, that's why they did that. Oh,
Right. Yes. Come on.
that's why they did that, right? So
Yes.
now, even before I even start thinking on the negative, right, I just start thinking, right, taking a step back. Oh, if I didn't like something for X, Y, or Z, I take a step back, think about it, and then understand the situation before. And it goes back into my other point about making rash decisions, or things like that. So, just take it a little bit. And this wasn't always the case for me, being, a lot of people say that we Puerto Ricans are kind of hot-headed and things like that.
No.
But that was the case coming up,
not Puerto Ricans, not the Islanders. They hot-headed. What?
The older I get, the more mellow and things focus on the good, and use every single something that has a lesson that I can use for the next situation.
Yeah.
So that's what I would give up coming in. Just take a step back, think about the situation, strategize, plot it, and then go forward.
Yeah. So tell us the secret to keeping the hairdo in perfect.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Look, everywhere we go, that's one of the things they be like, Ortiz, man. You know Ortiz, man. I'm like, oh yeah. I know Hector. Come on, man. Well,
I don't know. I guess years of practice.
You keep that joker on point.
You know how I told you that I took a little bit about this. Yeah, there's some of the little tricks that I took.
Okay. Hey, did the angel help you out with that any?
No.
Look, Angel used to keep his stuff pretty squared up too, though. I gotta
He
give it to
did, he
him.
did, he did. Yeah.
All right,
I
brother.
even cut my own hair.
Do you?
Yeah.
Nice, bro. Forever? How long have you been doing it?
Since I was like 14.
What?
Yep. Practicing with my friends, with each other,
That's good.
messing it up until, yeah. And now, thanks to YouTube, I can do anything.
Yeah. Hey. Was it Vic the Barbers, Vic the Barber or something like that? Yeah, that dude, he's legit.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, brother. So tell us, what is a
So, to me, a leader is a person. You not necessarily have to be in charge, right? But you're a person that you nurture. You create other leaders, right? You nurture, you teach, coach, mentor. You share your knowledge to make your team better. To me, it's all about the team. If I as a first sergeant, come here and just start, blabbering things, but nobody in my formation, learn anything. I didn't develop anybody to basically fill that bench. Then I can't consider myself a good leader just because my stats were good, right? So to me, a good leader is a person that, studies, right? Going into the other things, always keep learning, flexible to adapt with changes, and basically just make your team stronger, and the next level of leaders, develop them into, overall leaders. Every little bit that you can give, it's not all about me, myself. It's about, what can I give to my team, especially now that I feel like, in a few years I'm on the way out. It's like I'm trying to, kind of give as much as I can of things that I've learned and develop people, small tasks, merge them into bigger tasks to people get confidence, things of that nature. So that's to me, it's a good leader, somebody that builds the team,
So you answered one of my questions that I forgot to send you. It's you supposed to say, finish this sentence. Good leaders, and you answered it. They build their team. That's right. Yes. So
build that team.
That's right, man. Yeah. It's sad that people sitting in leadership positions, that they're afraid to grow their subordinate leaders and teach them to replace them because they're afraid to be replaced. You're supposed to be preparing to move up, not sitting in that same spot.
Yes.
And if you don't train them fools to take your place or do your job, how can you take a vacation or break? How does that happen?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yep.
It just dumbfounds me, brother. But we got those leaders out there. But I'm so glad that, I know that you were and that you do that. But, I'm glad that you said it. You put it out there, because there's a lot of people who don't do that. It's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, give us your 3 or more, but at least 3 leaders that have influenced you and affected you over your 22 years. What's your Mount Rushmore of leaders?
Mount Rushmore of leaders. Are these like current leaders or leaders through history?
It could be family, history, just anybody that has had an influence on you over your life.
Yeah. So, my brother, of course, big influence, from joining the military, and then, all of that. And I still talk to him to, about different things, check things on, and things like that. So always a big influence. And he was always in shape. So I had to I can't let myself, he was always in shape.
He was always in shape. Does he still stay working out like that?
I ain't gonna say nothing.
We'll say that for the next show. We'll say that for the next show.
and so my father and I, we had a kind of tough relationship, but then some of the things that you know, I was able to learn, even though, I thought my childhood was rough,
Yeah.
but he taught me how to work. He taught me how to, basically um, do things, for myself instead of having to depend on everybody.
Right.
He he told me the value of $1. Different things like that 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 at the beginning you take it for granted, and I was like, yo, I'm getting my butt whipped when I'm little, because of course I was bad, climbing the house and doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
um but you think about it now, and it's like, man, okay, that's why I'm not afraid to do this or do that or try something new, or
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing out there, even if I don't know what it is. They're like, hey, we need somebody. I got it. I'm gonna figure it. We're gonna do it. So
Yeah.
I kind of that instilled that attitude in me, to keep going. And there's I had a good first sergeant when I was in 82nd, First Sergeant Jones. He throughout my career, of course, like first sergeants, I didn't even see a lot of these people at the beginning. That's how it was back in the
Yeah.
day. When you saw them, they're just yelling about their grass. But this first sergeant, was one of the first people that first, he was funny, right? So he kept everybody motivated, and people wanted to work for him, because they respected him and they trusted him.
Right.
Took care of the soldiers. So it was one of the first persons when I got to 82nd as a E4, that I saw how you could do things without having to be yelling all the time. You understand what I'm saying? You can get the mission accomplished. You can basically assemble the team, without just having to be blabbering stuff. Kind of like how at the beginning I thought that's how we were supposed to be. So those are I still remember him to this day, and I just laugh for some of the little nitbits and things of that nature that happened. And how he took care of us in that unit.
That's good, bro. Shout out to
Well,
is he still is he sergeant major retired
oh
now?
no, he's been retired. He's been
Yeah.
retired.
Shout out
Yeah,
to Jones. That's awesome.
he's been retired. Yep.
So give us a quote you live by, brother.
So to me, like something simple. It's just life, has no limitations except the ones you make.
Yeah.
There's no limit, no limits except the ones you make. A lot of the times things are, you're the one that doubt yourself, into getting stuff done.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do it. Oh, I don't think they're gonna let me do that. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna. You're
Right.
the one without even trying, asking, or you know, trying to do it or whatever. I can't go to school. I'm busy. I
Mm-hmm.
can't.
I've been out of school too
Yeah,
long, man. I'm not gonna be able to get my degree.
yeah. I'm gonna tell you. So I finished my master's degree when I was in Germany, as a
Congratulations.
first sergeant,
Yeah.
right? As a first sergeant, and after I thought it was so hard, this and that, and I was busy. But after I finished, you seen Talladega Nights, I don't know what to do with my hand, like I didn't know what to do when I got home. I was like, what do I do now? I don't
What's that?
have what do I do now?
What's...
Yeah.
I love that scene. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just like once I finished and I was like, yes, finish, no more class for me. And then I was like, okay, now I gotta find something to do.
Yeah.
My wife was like, you need another class or something.
Take another class. That's good. So what you doing?
Yeah,
You gonna do the doctoral? Or you take another master's? What's up?
I don't know. I'll see. I thought about it. Um, but that might be something like when I retire, I might give it a shot because I'm tell you, then I'm really not gonna know what to do with my hands. Like when
Yeah.
I get like, what am I gonna do when I get out? You know, you're used to getting up at 5, whatever, and doing all
Right.
this stuff, having a routine, and then you tired. I have to figure something out.
Yeah, bro.
I have to
That's what
figure
I'm
something
doing.
out.
That's what I'm doing. I'm signing up for my. I'm actually starting
Yep.
my
I have
doctoral.
to figure something out. And at that point, it's like, yeah. I also think, if I do it, it's just for my own benefit. I don't even know if I want to go out there, and I'm not trying to be rich or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And um, me moving and everything put a strain on my wife's career. So it's like, okay, it's your turn. Like, like whatever you want, I'm gonna support you. Because I mean, it's been 22, and it's probably gonna end up being like at least 25.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done, 24, 25, probably. Um, so yeah, I mean, she's put up with me having to move from here there. So and at this stage, I'm like, you tell me what you want. We're
Yeah.
gonna let's
Yeah.
do it.
Shout out to the military spouses, man.
Yep.
It's so rough. It's so rough, man. They the families, but the spouses definitely. Having to pick up and start your career over, or hope that your career can transfer. That
Yeah.
sucks. It sucks so bad, but it's even more important for them to be your family to be together, in my opinion.
hmm
Um, so, what's your legacy, brother?
I'm still writing my legacy. I was I thought about that question. My legacy ain't in stone yet. I hope, like, for example, in the army, in the med law community, and everything like that when it's all said and done, um, I'm remembered for getting the team together, and moving everything around. But to me, it's still it's still getting written. So I'm gonna still work on my legacy. When I'm like, can't move, and that's we're gonna write it on that wall. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So look, this is before we get into the lightning round. You got a shameless plug or a humble boast or brag that you wanna throw out there?
So I don't know. The humble boast is that I've been um blessed to be first sergeant twice on two medlock companies.
Yeah.
I think there's like what, two more active duty or one more active duty out there. Maybe I'll take. There's two more. One in brag and one.
No, man, you turn that daggone diamond into a star and then go to the next one. Come on. Come on.
Oh man,
Come
but yeah, it's
on.
been great. Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Look, I'm rooting for you, brother. Lightning round. You ready?
No.
All right. Here we go.
Some of these like questions, I was like, oh man, I don't even know. Go ahead.
All right. Top 3 most played songs on your playlist.
On my playlist, I have still not a player, and I have, of course, Gasolina. I represent, right? And then the other one, man, what's the other one is I started listening to this artist called Tom McDonald. I don't know if you ever heard of this person.
What's
So I
the
think
song?
Tom McDonald. He's hip hop, or kind of. He had this one song called oh man, The System. It's kind of new, so I started listening to that one. So you might check it out and see what
Yeah.
you think. But
You said Todd McDonald?
yeah, Tom McDonald. Yeah,
Okay.
go to the rabbit hole.
Go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, go down the rabbit hole with Tom McDonald.
Okay.
That one is new, so it's kind of been on my little playlist for this past couple of whatever. It's
Okay.
kind of like breaking it down in my head a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to check it out. What's your go-to
Yeah.
for inspiration?
my go-to for inspiration is my wife. Every time I'm stuck, she brings me out of it. And
Yeah,
tells me, give me a different point of view.
yeah,
A different point of view and
that's
things.
awesome.
And trust me, when I come in, that's who I come to. Either complain or boast about something or whatever.
Yeah,
So yeah, or I'm stuck on an idea. Yep. It's my battle buddy right there.
yeah, man, absolutely. What's your favorite pastime?
Now that I'm old, is napping. I find myself napping more and more.
Napping?
Yeah, I mean, I've that one couch that we have. It has my body shape already been marked.
Well, that's good. Hey, I enjoy a good nap myself, bro.
Yeah,
All right. Which was your favorite duty station?
you know, Fort Bragg, Fort Bragg. I loved it because I spent total about 14 years at Fort Bragg, on
Really?
and off.
On and off,
That's my
different
first
times.
first duty station. I mean, in my 22 years in the army, I've only been to basically four places.
Oh wow, back and forth to brag.
Right, so Fort Bragg, San Antonio, Fort Bragg, back to Fort Bragg, Germany, and here.
Oh wow, bro.
That's it.
We
That
gotta
is
get
it.
we gotta get you to a different place before you get out.
I mean, I was in about four different units in Fort Bragg,
Oh
but
yeah, that's true.
yeah,
That's true. You can't bounce around when you get to those
yes,
places. You bounce
yes,
around in those units.
yep.
Your favorite person in history?
My favorite person in history is Roberto Clemente. I don't know if you ever heard of Roberto Clemente,
I
but
have
he was a Puerto Rico baseball player.
baseball. Come on.
Yep. He was really really big into humanitarian aids and things like that nature. And when he passed away basically on a crash. But one of a good person for just the things, not just the baseball, but he's the things that he did for the community, for other countries, for people in need and things like that. So yeah, Roberto Clemente is it's one of my favorite people in history.
That's
Yeah,
awesome, bro. That's
yeah.
awesome. What's your favorite food?
Mofongo. You ever had mofongo?
I have not had it. I seen
You
it.
know what that is? You seen it with the with
Yeah.
the plantain and the little garlic.
Yeah, yeah.
Mofongo. You gotta try it.
Yeah, I think it was at
Mofongo.
a
You can eat it with
someone brought it for a potluck one time, I believe.
yeah, but that might not. It has to be fresh, like
Yeah.
right there, boom, and then you eat it, and then it's good. Because if not, it might be a little stale. Your tasting experience is gonna be better when it's like made right in front of you.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't taste
Yeah,
it because it wasn't made in front of me.
yeah.
All right. What's your favorite group? Music.
Mm. What's that?
Your favorite group? Music group.
My favorite music group, man. I like Boys to Men. I don't know
Yeah.
why, man. Those are like relaxing. Those songs never get old. You know what I mean? And my wife likes them too, so it's like,
Hey, that makes it even better.
hey, we got something that we can both jam.
Who's
Yeah.
your childhood hero? Did we freeze up? Can you hear me? Almost. We're almost there. Test, 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 test. No, not at the end. We froze all the way. Froze all the way. Let me see. Let me switch it back. All right, we almost made it all the way through, y'all. We almost made it all the way through. It was close. Oh, you back? There we go. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Nope. He Close it out. Come on back in so we can finish it out, brother. Y'all hold on. We almost done. It's almost done. We're at the end. Boom.
There we go.
Yeah.
You got me?
Yeah. So we left off on Boys to Men.
Yeah.
And who's your childhood hero?
Like you talk about like a superhero.
Like if you had if it was a superhero when you was little, like you was like, oh, the policeman was, whatever, whoever.
Wolverine, man, Wolverine.
Wolverine? Yes. I used to draw that dude all the time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, who's your?
Because he was short. He was short. I'm short. I'm not.
It makes sense now. It makes sense. And that was the name of your people, the Wolverine.
Yes, the Wolverine.
I got you. It makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, who's your favorite player? Sports.
Oh, Penny Hardaway, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah. When I was younger and I was like playing basketball, like I love Penny Hardaway. I try to like play like him, post up people from
Yeah, man.
That was my favorite player. Yeah, he was great until he got hurt. But
he was, man.
Yep.
He's one of the reasons that Shaq made me so mad because I believe that him and Penny could have been. They could have one more year. They would have did it.
And if you look, Shaq always had to go find himself somebody like Penny to be able to win. Right?
I agree.
I'm just saying, Kobe, and then he got Wade, Flash, so yeah.
So yeah, I agree, 100 grand, man.
But it's like at that time, like the way he used to play was like amazing. It was something different, new. 6'7" point guard, like ridiculous.
Something they haven't seen before, man. That dude was amazing.
Amazing.
I wish they would have won something, man. That sucks they didn't.
They got close.
They did, but it's all right. All right, what's your favorite team? Sports team?
What's that?
What's your favorite sports team?
My favorite sports team. Oh, so I guess I'll say the Yankees. But I'm from Puerto Rico, so that's a lot. They say New York is like the capital of Puerto Rico. Over there is the Bronx,
Yeah, New Yorkers.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine. He was from New York, and he was like, "Hey, you know what the capital of Puerto Rico is?" I was like, "San Juan." It's like, "Nah, I'm in the Bronx." It's more Puerto Ricans in the Bronx than in the whole Puerto Rico.
Hey.
I guess I say New York, because I just like how, some of the things, the runs they had and all that stuff, and the uniforms look great. But in basketball, I was an Orlando Magic fan of, and then when Penny Hardaway kind of went away, then I started following Shaq where he went. So then I became a Lakers fan, then a Miami Heat fan. When he was moving, now I'm just like, I'm trying to wait till somebody wows me,
Yeah, until you find a player that you like, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you answered this question, but I'm asking anyway. Marvel or DC?
My favorite. Marvel. Hands down.
Wolverine.
I mean, DC for like the comics and stuff. Maybe Batman, but yeah, Marvel. And especially now. Yeah, they're putting like my imagination, how I used to imagine the comics into like movies.
Yeah.
On my mind. Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. Crazy.
Out of all the places you've been, man, what's your favorite vacation spot?
Puerto Rico is always still. Yeah. I left Puerto Rico so young that I did not experience. All I knew was my little corner, where I used to live. Every time I go home, I'm a tourist. There's so many in an island so small. There's so many places that I go, and I feel I have enough time to enjoy it and to go see everything. But yeah, every time I go home, it's like I'm a tourist. I'm finding new places, and now with GPS and things like that, people sharing stuff, all these little hidden spots. Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
awesome, bro.
some of these hidden spots were like unknown to everybody else if you weren't from the area, you
Yeah,
know. Yep.
that's
So
good,
yeah,
man.
Puerto Rico is still my favorite vacation destination.
That's awesome.
And I've been gone so long, I've been gone so long, that I go out like sometimes it's cheaper to bring my mom to visit me and stuff like that. Plus she wants to travel, so it's like I have big stretches where I don't go. So then when I finally go, it's like it's on. I'm a
Yeah.
tourist now.
And your family, they do it big when you come home, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, they're getting older in there because my parents had me when they were a little old, but we're good. We go out there, and I just I go be a tourist. We just go somewhere. GPS. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm gonna go.
Do you
same
guys
same
go
how we did in
dancing?
New York.
Y'all go dancing
Oh
when you
yeah,
go back?
oh yeah. Heck yeah. You know, like over there now, people don't even go clubbing and stuff like that. That's not the scene. The scene now is like we got this different areas. They have like these kiosks, right? They call them kiosco,
Uh-huh.
and you go and do these things, and they another name they got chinchorro, right? It's like so they got them all over. Let's say like in the coast, there's like a spot. They got music, food, whatever. So you just go from one place to the other place.
Yeah.
Like the funniest, yeah, like that. You always used to be a thing, but now it's like a tourist thing. It's so crazy because I saw like last time I went at like the hotels had like tours. They had these buses and they just got like the tourists and they go, stop in one, go have a few, whatever, drink some beers, drink some get in the bus and keep going to the next one.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a fun like a party bus kind of thing, going spot to spot. Yeah, so that's what people do. They got different. I'll send you later. I'll send you a few YouTube videos so you can see how people
Yeah.
kind of party.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro. For
they're
sure. Look, we have to link up one of your
have fun.
trips.
Yep,
We have to we have
simple
to
fun. Yep.
we have to piggyback on one of
Yeah,
your trips, so we're not down there flying solo.
yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, bro. Well, look, you made it to the end of the show. Almost made an hour, but we had technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But it's good. I appreciate you, man. And
Thank you for having me, brother.
absolutely. Look, we're gonna have to have you back. We're gonna get Angel on here. We're gonna surprise him. And
Yep.
and when you have time on Saturdays, I'll shoot you the stuff, man. You come on and jump in and discuss the leadership articles that we be talking about.
Okay.
It sounds
Okay.
good.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
All right,
Thank
man.
you
Hey,
so
look,
much.
my wife says send love to the family. We
Yeah.
miss you guys. I love you, brother. I'll talk to you later. Peace.
Peace.